They think they own whatever land they land on. The earth is just a dead thing they can claim. But you know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. I think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like them. But if they walk the footsteps of a stranger, they will learn things they never knew. Hey, Pocahontas. So something that, oh, sorry, what am I seeing on my camera? I think my figment of my imagination. So Capricorn, hey seekers, is cardinal Earth. Okay, it's the deepest aspect of the Earth. We tend to forget that it's the part of the Earth that is so very close to lava, right? It's the thing that can break mountains, continents into pieces from the inside. It is the skeleton of our planet. You. Which means you are so deeply intrinsically, I completely slaughtered that word, but you know what I mean, connected to the earth, to nature, to our rawest existence, form of existence. And in your essence, Capricorn, you're a native, you're tribal, you are the bottom layers of the land, source of life. And that is the stability and the existence of our life. So a lot of times people may confuse you as superficial because you're so focused on the material realm. But it's just that in our society, in today's age, money, home, status are the things that are associated with survival and existence. So that's where you put your focus on. But it's not from a place of greed. It's from a place that understands what is life to their core, to its core. And when you're in your shadow, if you're in your shadow, you might go to that place. You might forget how deeply connected you are to nature and to the elements, how your spirit honors all of these things so deeply. And you'll overly focus on the modern expression of what earth means, of what stability means, of what food and safety and shelter mean. However it plays out, wherever you're at, that's what you play into. You build, you stabilize, you plan, you are the skeleton for things. But you should be cautious of losing yourself in the modern manifestation of what you are and not forget what you come from, what you're made of. Clay, soil. So if you've drifted far enough to a mindset, to a place where your stability and success come at the expense of the elements, of your connection to nature, of nature itself in certain cases. This is to serve a reminder for you that you're straying from who you are and from your nature. And if it's the opposite, if you know exactly who and what you are, and if you honor the elements, if you honor nature, both of the earth, of yourself, and of others, you're on the right path. Stop to soak in what's around you. 9 of Wands. Don't constantly wait for what is next to come. You're the one who brings about what's next to come. You're the one who deciphers which plant will sprout and which will die. Which plot of land will remain still and which will shake and break. Move out of the fear-based mindset that is searching for that stability and start connecting to yourself, and from that place create that stability. You don't need to buy a fancy home. You can use your hands to build your home. You're a builder and you're also very creative and very artistic. If you're a Capricorn that doesn't like to touch natural things, you're disconnected from yourself. Go straight into it. Walk barefoot. Touch nature. Breathe it in. Stay still in it. Take time off of work. That sitting or standing still in the elements, just breathing it in, taking a break and connecting to your body and nourishing it, is the thing that will create stability and abundance and success. But if you work outside of you for that success, you will continue chasing it. It will never be enough. Your success comes from you being able to sit still and let the elements move around you, the water, the fire, the air. Remember your earth. And you move in the right moment. And you understand it in many levels. You understand it with romance, you understand that with friendship, but you don't understand it with work. With work, you overwork yourself. Because what if, and 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 what if, stop. It's funny. The shadow aspect of Capricorn archetype is the colonializer. The light aspect of the Capricorn archetype is the native. Apply it to your daily life. Yes, chase it 5 times a week. Sit the fuck still twice a week. Stroll. That will reap more reward than if you break your back. If we don't have your back, Capricorn, we don't have a back. You're the skeleton of the body. You rule the bones and the skeleton, literally. You're the most important sign to have their back straight and stable and healthy. And agile. The Tower and Six of Wands. You know, there's that phrase that people work half their life. People lose their health to gain money and then lose their money attempting to regain their health, right? Don't focus on short-lived victories at the expense of your well-being. You need to be okay. Your ease and your health. Play the long game. Okay. Oh, too many cards. Too many cards. Let's put on a hat because the sun is the sun. The Hierophant. Learn from Taurus. The feminine aspect of Earth. I'm a Taurus, by the way. Learn from me. The wisdom and discernment in energy work, in abundance that is based in faith and flow. And delegating. And Hierophant can also be the religious factor. So on resting on the Shabbat, right? In Genesis, Bereshit, God created everything in 6 days, but on the 7th day, on the Shabbat, he rested, or she, at whatever. If God can take a day off, you can take a day off. Right? Be on your high horse 6 days, 5 or 6 days. Rest on the 7th. This is not a reading about work. I mean, I'm using work to make my point across, get my point across, but it absolutely does also apply to work, right? Listen to the advice that you would give others and apply it on yourself. Three of Pentacles. That's more like it for you. Work with others. Let others do certain things for you. Take a night off here and there. And this is how something will be built in a very stable manner that will last, as opposed to this where you're in a hurry to build, but the foundations are off and unstable because you're sacrificing your health and your well-being and your serenity and your essence. Instead of an earthquake, a lush island. It will get you so much farther than you can imagine. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Stallion applies to you guys. Seven of Cups and the Moon. The the real reason why you don't want to rest and take your moments and take your breaks is because in the quiet moments, in the stillness, you meet yourself. You meet the crack in the land that you created by pushing forward so much. The crack within yourself, the emotional instability, the confusion, things that you've suppressed, things that confused you. So instead of taking the time to figure them out or to process emotionally, you just pushed through, moved on, dated someone new the day after, started working again an hour later after you broke your ankle. You didn't even give it time to heal. So now you're limping. Are you faster at your job now that you're limping? Are you a better woman or a better man to this new partner? That you're carrying all this baggage and emotional burden from your ex and haven't even taken a moment to grieve the relationship, to process, to make changes. And you know that if you take that moment, those moments for quiet, it will all come rushing back. And you're worried that if you'll take one moment, it will drag you down to many moments. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe you don't need a day off right now because you pushed so hard. Maybe you need a week off or 3 weeks off so that you regain your focus, your vitality, your ability to build great big things. See, if you're rushing forward and keep on going because you're scared of standing still, that's not strength or bravery, that's fear. It had to be said. Queen of Wands, Six of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Chariot. But the kids, but the wife, but the friends, but the husband, the co-workers, but the events. Okay, so they won't have you for a day or a week, but then they'll have you for a long period of time. And then maybe in the time that you take for yourself, you'll actually be able to enjoy the following event or the following hangout or the following date or the following whatever and actually be present. You are so incredibly creative, right? You're so passionate. And you've forgotten that a little bit. It's time to be reminded, and it's time for you to learn how to take some moments, to learn how to put all this energy into things that you actually care about and are passionate about, so that you get fed. You're not just being drained, you're not just exerting energy. Everyone expects so much of you. What do you expect of you? Don't tell me to live up to their expectations. That's not your expectation. So, don't tell me if I don't carry this, if I don't drive this carriage, no one will. Graveyards are full of people that are irreplaceable. You're just using all of these things as excuses, you know? You now have the opportunity to be independent or freelancer and pursuing something you're passionate about, that you love, that you enjoy, that you express your creativity in. You can have fun while you work. Are you going to take it? Or are you going to get all paranoid and confused and scared and make hasty decisions based on what you're used to deciding, from the mechanism you're used to making decisions from? Watch Scorpio's reading. There's something similar there. See some sort of event, celebration, maybe birthday, maybe like something happy. Could do with the family, could do with the home. If you're planning an event, make sure you enjoy the event that you're planning, you know? If you're the cook, make sure you sit down to eat, yeah. The ocean is here, and the ocean is here. The moon that rules the ocean, Cancer energy. This is also a Cancerian cardinal water energy. Stare at the water without having something that you're planning or working on or thinking about. Without building castles in the sand. Just sit on the sand and stare at the water. Here's an opportunity. Page of Swords. But Capricorn, you promised. But Capricorn, you said. But Capricorn, I rely on you. But Capricorn, I need you to. This worked for them for so long. Do they ever consider your well-being? What you need? Or is it all about them? Because it's good to be needed, right? But put yourself in their shoes. Would you have done that to them? Would you have done that to yourself? Would you have worked them to death for what it is that you want? Or would you consider their well-being and their enjoyment? If you wouldn't do that to them, they should not be doing that to you. But they can't. They're not as strong. They're not as capable. That's vanity. That's patronizing them. Maybe they aren't as capable. Maybe they aren't as able. Well, they need to grow the fuck up and become able. And how will they do that if you keep enabling them? Back to the hat. I thought maybe. So, love being here, but the sun. Oh, the sun. Mm. If they're an adult, you shouldn't be treating them like a child. And you should not cut them slacks like you would a child. You would never allow yourself to behave in that manner. They shouldn't either. The emperor and the devil. But who are you if they're not reliant on you? Seriously? Who are you if they're not reliant on you, if they don't need you, if they're not dependent on you? Well, you are a beautiful, creative, strong, reliable, giving, badass of a human being. Your existence doesn't rely on being needed. Have kids. Have that sense of being, take that sense of being needed from them, not from a partner, not from a not from a romantic partner, not from a work partner. And you also got to admit to yourself something else that you're not very easily willing to give up on, which is being the boss, having control. A lot of times Capricorn tell themselves that they love to feel needed, that or that otherwise if you won't be there for them and do things for them, then they won't be able to. Make it about altruism when in fact you enjoy having control. Because if they can't do something without you, then they need you and then they're submissive to you. And that's where you digress back to the shadow Capricorn. The natives don't need this modern new world. No, they got it covered. We have a lot to learn from them, if anything, right? People like to take over something and then say to themselves that I'm doing it for that something. I'm taking over them for them. If I don't take over them, they'll be lost. They'll be free to develop and spread their wings. They don't need your wings, Capricorn. You need your wings. If you want to study tarot, check out Tarot Masterclass. Link is below. If you don't want me to disappear in the realm of YouTube, be sure to be subscribed. Even press the bell button, turn on notifications. Um, everything is in the description box. You know I love you. Stay magic and stay true.